When we think of timeless elegance and effortless charm, few moments capture that magic quite like revisiting Blake Lively's stunning $2 million pink diamond engagement ring, a symbol not just of love, but of the sparkling world of celebrities, where fashion artistry and emotion intertwine to create stories that inspire millions around the globe. The ring itself, with its delicate rose gold setting and flawless oval pink diamond, became an instant icon when she and Ryan Reynolds announced their engagement, marking the union of two beloved stars, whose humor, kindness, and creativity have made them one of Hollywood's most admired couples. Yet behind every piece of jewelry and every red carpet moment, there lies a deeper story of hard work, ambition, and self-discovery. And Blake's journey from a California teenager auditioning for roles to a globally recognized actress, fashion icon, and philanthropist reminds us that success is rarely overnight. It's built through dedication, resilience, and a touch of serendipity. As her career blossomed through roles in Gossip Girl and beyond, her style became a source of inspiration, blending classic glamour with modern authenticity, setting trends on runways and red carpets alike, while off-screen, she built a life rooted in family creativity and charity, from supporting child welfare organizations to advocating for women's empowerment, proving that fame, when used with purpose, can uplift others and create real change. And as we reflect on the brilliance of that pink diamond, we are reminded that the sparkle of celebrity is not just about material luxury, but the inner light that shines when one's work connects with millions. And Blake stands among a constellation of stars, each with their own unique journey and influence. Take, for instance, Zendaya, another modern icon who grew from Disney beginnings into an award-winning actress, model, and activist, using her platform to challenge stereotypes and champion inclusivity. In fashion and film, her grace both on and off the screen mirrors the quiet power of evolution, reminding fans that self-expression is a form of strength and confidence. And much like Blake, she embraces individuality while using her fame to support causes that matter, from education to equality, continuing the legacy of celebrities who balance artistry with authenticity. And speaking of legacy, we cannot overlook the powerhouse presence of Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, whose path from football dreams to wrestling fame and Hollywood superstardom embodies perseverance and positivity. His infectious charisma and relentless work ethic have turned him into a global symbol of motivation, while his philanthropy and genuine connection with fans show that the strongest figures often lead with humility and heart, from supporting children's hospitals to sharing messages of self-belief. He represents the modern ideal of a celebrity whose influence extends far beyond the screen, and in music, few stories inspire as deeply as that of Taylor Swift, who transformed heartbreak and self-reflection into lyrical brilliance, crafting songs that not only define generations but also empower them. Her evolution from country roots to global pop icon mirrors the journey of self-discovery that many dream of taking. Her authenticity, vulnerability, and advocacy for artists' rights prove that standing firm in one's truth can rewrite the rules of an entire industry. And in every glittering note and lyric, she reminds fans that resilience can turn pain into poetry and ambition into art. And just as Blake's pink diamond represents enduring love and beauty, Taylor's music embodies emotional courage and reinvention, two hallmarks of modern celebrity that inspire countless fans around the world. Beyond music and film, fashion has always been the heartbeat of stardom, and few have changed that rhythm as powerfully as Rihanna, whose Fenty empire revolutionized beauty standards with inclusivity and innovation, redefining how brands view diversity and creativity. Her journey from a young Barbadian singer to a global entrepreneur and philanthropist is one of vision and fearlessness, showing that true style is about more than clothing. It's about empowerment and representation. Her efforts in education and humanitarian work demonstrate that celebrities today are not only artists, but changemakers, shaping industries and influencing future generations, just like how Blake's sense of style redefined Hollywood elegance. Rihanna's fearless creativity reshaped global beauty culture, and across continents we see similar stories of brilliance, like Priyanka Chopra Jonas, who transitioned from Miss World to Bollywood sensation to Hollywood star, blending cultural pride with international ambition. Her career represents the merging of tradition and modernity, proving that boundaries are meant to be crossed and dreams know no geography. From advocating for education and equality to representing South Asian excellence on the global stage, she continues to inspire millions to embrace identity and pursue greatness. And while her story unfolds on screens and in headlines, so does that of BTS, the South Korean supergroup whose Music and message of self-love transcend language barriers, connecting fans across the world through sincerity, artistry, and compassion. Their rise from humble beginnings to record-breaking success showcases the unifying power of music and the emotional connection between stars and their supporters, a reminder that fame, when grounded in purpose, can heal, uplift, and unite communities across cultures. Similarly, in Africa, stars like Burna Boy and Thames are redefining global music through authenticity and cultural pride, bringing Afrobeat and soulful narratives to mainstream audiences while celebrating heritage, resilience, and artistic integrity. And just as Blake's pink diamond glimmers with timeless beauty, their artistry shines as a beacon of cultural pride and creative independence, showing that the essence of celebrity is found not in extravagance, but in the passion and stories that resonate with hearts worldwide. And as the cameras flash and red carpets unfurl, it's easy to forget that behind every gown and jewel lies a human being whose journey is filled with challenges, sacrifices, and small victories that shape the legends we admire. From Blake's serene confidence to Zendaya's fearless reinvention, from Dwayne's motivational energy to Taylor's poetic vulnerability, from Rihanna's innovation to Priyanka's cultural diplomacy, from BTS's brotherhood to Burna Boy's global rhythm, the world of celebrities reflects the beauty of humanity at its brightest and ever-evolving dance between art, purpose, and emotion, each story intertwined by the universal desire to connect, create, and leave something meaningful behind for the generations that follow. And as we continue our journey through the dazzling universe of fame, it becomes clear that the allure of celebrity is not just about glitz and glamour, but about the quiet determination that fuels every step behind the spotlight. And few figures embody that journey as authentically as Selena Gomez, whose transformation from a young Disney Channel star into a global singer, producer, and mental health advocate reflects a story of courage and vulnerability that resonates with millions around the world. Her openness about personal challenges has inspired countless fans to embrace self-care and compassion, proving that even in an industry obsessed with perfection, there is power in honesty. And as she built her career, she also built a beauty empire. Rare beauty that celebrates individuality and self-acceptance, making her not just a celebrity but a symbol of healing and empowerment. Much like Blake Lively's ring, which symbolizes love and grace, Selena's influence radiates a softer but no less powerful brilliance that reminds the world to lead with kindness and authenticity. And when we look across the spectrum of global fame, another name that shines brightly is Beyoncé, a true queen whose career has become synonymous with excellence, artistry, and empowerment. From her early days in Destiny's Child to her monumental solo success, she has redefined what it means to be a performer. Her dedication to craft, her visionary creativity, and her unwavering advocacy for Black culture and women's empowerment have cemented her as an icon whose impact reaches far beyond music. Through her art, she tells stories of heritage, resilience, and pride, each performance a celebration of identity and unity, inspiring a generation to rise stronger and prouder. And just as Beyoncé has crafted an empire of sound and spirit, so too has her husband Jay-Z, who turned lyrical genius into business mastery, bridging art and entrepreneurship in ways that reshaped the entertainment landscape. Together, they represent the power of collaboration, love, and legacy, two forces that drive the heart of celebrity. And their story reminds us that the greatest partnerships are built not just on fame, but on shared vision and growth. And in the cinematic world, no one captures that sense of vision quite like Leonardo DiCaprio, whose decades-long career blends masterful performances with a deep commitment to environmental advocacy, showing that fame can indeed serve a purpose greater than the self. His dedication to sustainability and his tireless work to protect the planet demonstrate that influence is most meaningful when used to create lasting positive change. And it is this very sense of purpose that connects celebrities across generations, whether it's Angelina Jolie's humanitarian missions for refugees or Keanu Reeves' quiet generosity and humility that have earned him the reputation of being one of the kindest souls in Hollywood. Their stories remind us that kindness never goes out of style, and while some celebrities capture our attention through grand gestures, others captivate through subtle strength, like Emma Watson, whose evolution from the magical world of Harry Potter to a global advocate for gender equality underlines the truth that intelligence and compassion are the most powerful tools a public figure can wield. Her work with the United Nations and the He for She campaign has encouraged millions to reimagine gender dynamics and strive for balance, empathy, and progress. And the seamless weaving of fame and purpose is what defines the new age of celebrity, where influence becomes a form of leadership and creativity becomes activism. As we move through this glittering world, we find ourselves inspired by those who use their platforms to spark change, like Lady Gaga, whose music, performance art, and philanthropy break barriers while championing individuality and self-acceptance through her Born This Way foundation she has created. Safe spaces for young people to embrace, who they are proving that vulnerability is a form of power and artistry can heal the world. And from the pop stages of Los Angeles to the grand arenas of London, we encounter Adele, whose soulful voice carries the weight of emotion and truth, connecting generations through songs that capture love, heartbreak, and hope. Her ability to turn personal experiences into universal anthems is a reminder that the most powerful celebrities are those who dare to be human, who share their hearts so openly that others find solace and strength within them. And as the melody of fame continues to evolve, we look toward the future where new stars are rising, each with their own story to tell, like Timothée Chalamet, whose youth, charisma, and talent have redefined what it means to be a modern actor, blending artistry with authenticity, or Florence Pugh, whose fearless performances and genuine personality prove that vulnerability is not weakness, but the essence of connection. And across the globe, the next generation of artists, athletes, and innovators are emerging, shaping the landscape of celebrity into something more inclusive, conscious, and inspiring than ever before, from Africa's dynamic fashion designers, redefining beauty standards, to Latin America's vibrant music scene, led by artists like Shakira and Bad Bunny, who fuse cultural pride with creative evolution. Fame has become not just a reflection of success, but a celebration of diversity, resilience, and unity. And even as we return to the glitter of Blake Lively's pink diamond, we understand that the true beauty of celebrity lies in the stories behind the sparkle. The countless hours of practice, the setbacks, the self-doubt, the reinvention, and ultimately the triumph that follows for every award won. There are lessons learned for every headline made. There is quiet introspection behind the scenes, and for every glamorous image, there is a heart that beats with the same hopes and fears as anyone else. And this is what makes the world of celebrities so endlessly captivating. It mirrors our own journey, reminding us that dreams are worth chasing. That style can be a form of self-expression, that love in all its forms is the ultimate treasure, and that success, when shared with others, becomes legacy, not just fame. And as our exploration of the celebrity universe continues, we find ourselves reflecting on how fame and artistry intertwine across cultures and generations, creating a rich tapestry of dreams, ambition, and influence that extends far beyond the spotlight. For every polished red carpet, there is a backstory of persistence. And for every shining award, there is a history of lessons learned along the way. And no story captures this evolution more beautifully than that of Jennifer Lopez, whose journey from the Bronx to the heights of global entertainment stands as a testament to perseverance, talent, and self-belief. Her career, spanning decades of music, dance, and film, continues to inspire because she embodies reinvention, proving that age, success, and creativity are limitless when passion fuels them. Her ability to balance glamour with grit has made her a beacon for dreamers everywhere, reminding the world that success comes not from where you start, but from how deeply you believe in your own light. And from her stage, we turn to the basketball courts, where LeBron James redefines the essence of a celebrity athlete, not just through his record-breaking career, but through his philanthropy and advocacy for education equality and empowerment. His I Promise school stands as a shining example of how fame can be used to open doors for others, creating opportunities that transform communities and futures. And in that same spirit, Serena Williams' story embodies power, grace, and trailblazing spirit, proving that barriers were made to be broken. Her dominance on the tennis court, her unapologetic individuality, and her advocacy for women and mothers in sports all converge to form a legacy that transcends athletics, reminding us that strength and softness can coexist beautifully. And her sister Venus, too, stands as a symbol of quiet determination, a pioneer whose achievements paved the way for countless others, showing that greatness often requires both patience and perseverance. And as we celebrate these icons of sport, we also look to those whose music has moved the soul. Like Ed Sheeran, the self-made musician who rose from busking on the streets of England to selling out stadiums worldwide. His story reminds us that humility and authenticity never go out of style, and that creativity can flourish even from the simplest beginnings. And like him, Billie Eilish has captured the hearts of millions through her unique artistry, raw honesty, and genre-defying music, proving that vulnerability is the new definition of strength. Her partnership with her brother Phineas reflects the importance of family and collaboration in a world that often celebrates individual fame more than collective harmony. And together, they remind us that creativity flourishes most when nurtured with love and trust. And as we continue this journey through stardom, we cannot overlook the quiet yet powerful presence of Chris Hemsworth, whose rise from Australian television to global fame as Thor in the Marvel Cinematic Universe shows that authenticity and discipline remain the core of lasting success. His dedication to health and family and his ventures beyond acting illustrate how today's celebrities redefine masculinity not through dominance, but through balance, empathy, and self-awareness. And beside him in the universe of film stands Scarlett Johansson, whose evolution from child actress to one of the most respected and versatile talents in Hollywood speaks to the beauty of persistence and creative courage. Her advocacy for gender equality in film and her commitment to authentic storytelling make her not just a performer but a role model for women in entertainment and beyond. And while Hollywood shines bright, so does the world of fashion, where icons like Gigi Hadid and Bella Hadid have turned modeling into an art form, blending culture, heritage, and individuality into every runway moment. Their success reminds us that fashion at its core is about storytelling, about confidence and identity expressed through color, texture, and emotion, and through their advocacy for inclusivity and representation. They remind young fans that beauty is diverse, boundless, and ever-evolving, and as the rhythm of fame continues, we find ourselves dancing to the beats of global icons like Shakira, whose voice and passion bridge continents, blending Latin rhythms with universal emotion. Her commitment to education and children's welfare through her Barefoot Foundation reveals the heart behind the hits, showing that true stardom is about lifting others as you rise. And across oceans, the extraordinary journey of K-pop sensation. Blackpink exemplifies how hard work, teamwork, and innovation can create a cultural movement. Their rise from trainees to international superstars represents the evolving face of entertainment, where language and geography no longer limit connection, and their influence extends beyond music into fashion activism and female empowerment, inspiring fans to embrace ambition and individuality. And as the lights shimmer across this vast constellation of talent, we remember that every celebrity carries both the weight and wonder of influence, that for every photo shoot, there is a purpose, for every smile there is a story, and for every achievement, there is a deeper human emotion driving it forward. It is this blend of humanity and aspiration that keeps the world of celebrity forever fascinating, forever evolving, forever reflective of our collective dreams. And as we return once more to the image of Blake Lively's pink diamond sparkling gently under the lights, it becomes a metaphor for everything fame represents: the beauty, the imperfection, the resilience, and the story that lies within, because much like that diamond, every star is shaped by time, pressure, and transformation until they shine in their truest form. And as our story unfolds further, we journey into the deeper layers of what makes the world of celebrities so magnetic. Because behind the dazzling lights and roaring crowds, there exists an incredible balance between personal growth, creativity, and connection. And perhaps no one embodies that more perfectly than Oprah Winfrey, whose life stands as a beacon of transformation, resilience, and purpose. From her humble beginnings to becoming one of the most influential figures in the world, her story reminds us that empathy and storytelling can change lives. She built an empire not on spectacle but on sincerity, inspiring generations to dream bigger and believe that no obstacle is too great to overcome. And in a similar spirit, Ellen DeGeneres brought laughter and kindness into homes worldwide through humor and heart, teaching us that joy itself can be a powerful form of activism and inclusion. Her platform created a space for compassion and acceptance, turning entertainment into a bridge between people from all walks of life. And just as television found its voice through these pioneers, the world of cinema continues to redefine the art of connection with stars like Tom Hanks, whose authenticity and generosity make him one of Hollywood's most beloved icons. His decades of work reflect a career guided not by fame, but by gratitude, reminding us that integrity is the truest mark of a star. And across generations, we see this same spark in figures like Meryl Streep, who continues to redefine mastery through roles that explore humanity in its most raw and beautiful forms, proving that art is ageless and depth never goes out of fashion. And from these cinematic legends, we move into the vibrant rhythm of music, where artists like Bruno Mars bring pure joy and artistry to every note, blending old-school charm with modern rhythm. His work reminds us that talent, when fueled by love for the craft, can unite people in pure celebration. And nearby in the same creative universe lies the unstoppable energy of Beyoncé's sister Solange, who carved her own space in the music world, blending soulful expression with bold experimentation, showing that individuality within legacy can be a form of liberation. And as we explore this interconnected web of creativity, we find that every celebrity, no matter their field, carries a unique emotional fingerprint, one that speaks to the universal human desire to be seen, heard, and remembered. This truth echoes in the journey of Emma Stone, whose balance of humor, depth, and grace has made her one of the most relatable stars of her generation, proving that vulnerability on screen can be just as powerful as perfection off screen. And then there's Ryan Gosling, whose versatility and quiet charisma, from La La Land to Barbie, has made him a master of subtlety, reminding us that sometimes less truly is more. And speaking of Barbie, we can't overlook the cultural moment crafted by Margot Robbie, whose performance and production choices highlight her ability to merge creativity and intelligence while championing women in film. Her journey from a small town in Australia to becoming one of Hollywood's most respected figures mirrors the path of those who dare to dream without limits. And as we pivot from the big screen to the world stage, we find that celebrities are also shaping conversations about sustainability, equality, and mental health. Voices like Emma Watson, Leonardo DiCaprio, and Billie Eilish continue to remind us that influence carries responsibility, and through their work, they transform admiration into awareness, proving that celebrity culture at its best can be a force for global good. And then there are figures like Malala Yousafzai, who, though not a traditional entertainer, carries the same kind of inspirational influence as any global icon. Her courage, education, advocacy, and unshakable optimism have turned her into a celebrity of conscience, showing that fame can emerge from purpose rather than performance, and that influence can serve humanity rather than vanity. And across continents in Asia, actors like Shah Rukh Khan show us how charisma, kindness, and intellect can create not just fans, but generations of loyal admirers. His ability to connect across borders through humor, humility, and storytelling has earned him the title of the King of Bollywood, yet his true reign is in hearts, and his philanthropic work continues to uplift countless lives, reminding us that stardom at its purest is about service, not superiority. And as global cinema expands, so too do the horizons of beauty and fashion, where icons like Lupita Nyong'o redefine representation, blending talent, intellect, and heritage to create a narrative that celebrates Black excellence and creativity. Her presence on screen and on red carpets serves as a living reminder that beauty is diverse, radiant, and inclusive. And her advocacy for self-love and natural beauty encourages millions to embrace who they are without apology. And when we think of self-acceptance, we also think of Lizzo, whose music and message celebrate confidence, body positivity, and joy. Her journey from struggling artist to Grammy-winning powerhouse reminds the world that self-love is revolutionary and that authenticity will always find its audience. And that same authenticity radiates from stars like Harry Styles, whose fearless approach to fashion, music, and identity inspires fans to break free from conformity and embrace individuality. His art transcends labels, uniting people through creativity, kindness, and courage. And as the music world continues to evolve, new stars like Olivia Rodrigo and Doja Cat bring fresh energy and emotion to pop culture, each representing a generation unafraid to speak its truth through rhythm and storytelling. Their songs capture the complexity of youth ambition and self-discovery, reminding us that the voice of a new era often comes with both melody and meaning. And while we celebrate these modern luminaries, we also honor the legends who paved the way, like Michael Jackson, whose artistry changed music forever, or Whitney Houston, whose voice continues to echo through time. And in remembering them, we see how their influence lives on in every new artist who dares to dream. Because fame, like music, is eternal, constantly evolving, yet always rooted in emotion and connection. And through this reflection, we understand that celebrities are not just figures on screens, but living stories, embodiments of what it means to strive, to fail, to rise, and to shine once again. Each one a reminder that human spirit is the greatest performance of all. And as we once again picture Blake Lively's pink diamond catching the light, its shimmer mirrors the countless reflections of human dreams and ambition. The endless stories that make up this universe of fame, a universe built on passion, resilience, and the shared desire to leave something beautiful behind. And as our journey through the dazzling constellation of celebrity continues, we begin to see that the heart of fame beats strongest, not in the flashes of cameras, but in the quiet moments when stars use their voices for something greater than themselves. For every glamorous premiere, there are stories of humility, compassion, and humanity that remind us why these figures captivate us so deeply. And among them, one can never overlook Angelina Jolie, whose transformation from Hollywood rebel to humanitarian icon redefined what it means to be a global celebrity. Her tireless advocacy for refugees, her role as a United Nations ambassador, and her dedication to children's welfare have made her one of the most respected and admired figures in the world. Her life's work reminds us that compassion is the purest form of beauty, and that using fame to serve others leaves a legacy that glows brighter than any award. And alongside her stands Brad Pitt, whose evolution as an actor-philanthropist and father mirrors his journey toward introspection and purpose. His work in rebuilding homes through the Make It Right Foundation and his support for environmental causes demonstrate how influence can become action and how transformation often follows reflection. And from their world, we drift toward the cinematic brilliance of Viola Davis, whose power, presence, and authenticity have shattered barriers and created space for stories that needed to be told. Her performances are more than art, they are truth. And her advocacy for representation and equality continues to inspire artists across generations. Her rise reminds us that greatness comes not from privilege, but from perseverance, and from every speech she gives to every role she plays. She reminds us that dreams are worth fighting for, and that voice matters. And in that same spirit, we find the quiet strength of Keanu Reeves, whose humble demeanor and acts of kindness have made him one of the most beloved celebrities on the planet. Despite his fame, he lives, simply gives generously, and treats everyone with genuine respect, proving that kindness is the most enduring form of success. His story teaches us that even in a world obsessed with appearances, authenticity will always shine brighter than any spotlight. And from the humility of Hollywood, we travel to the elegance of the fashion world, where icons like Naomi Campbell and Kate Moss defined eras and continue to inspire the next generation of models and designers. Both have faced challenges and reinvention, yet they emerge stronger, proving that legacy is not about perfection, but about evolution and resilience. And as fashion evolves into an industry that embraces inclusivity, new leaders like Zendaya, Lupita Nyong'o, and Timothée Chalamet remind us that personal style is a language of self-expression, not conformity, and that confidence is the most timeless accessory one can wear. And across the globe, artists like BTS, Blackpink, and Stray Kids continue to unite cultures through music, rhythm, and hope, creating global movements that transcend language and borders. Their connection with fans known as ARMY. And Blinks represents a new era of fame, one built not on distance but on genuine emotional connection, proving that celebrity culture today is as much about community as it is about art. And this same sense of community echoes through the work of figures like Rihanna, whose Fenty empire redefined inclusivity, or Beyoncé, whose art continues to celebrate identity and empowerment, reminding us that greatness is amplified when shared with others. And as we explore further, we find the incredible story of Robert Downey Jr., whose comeback from personal struggle to cinematic triumph as Iron Man remains one of Hollywood's most inspiring transformations. His journey from adversity to redemption shows that even in the harshest storms, reinvention is possible, and that resilience can rewrite destiny. His story speaks to anyone who has ever fallen and dreamed of rising again, reminding us that redemption is the most powerful narrative of all. And just as Downey found his second act, so too did stars like Demi Lovato, who turned personal pain into purpose through music and advocacy for mental health, showing that vulnerability can save lives and courage can create connection. Their willingness to speak openly about their experiences invites fans to embrace healing and hope. And in the realm of sports, Cristiano Ronaldo and Lionel Messi have inspired millions, not just with their athletic brilliance, but with their discipline, humility, and enduring passion for the game. Both came from modest beginnings, rising to global stardom through relentless hard work and dedication. Their rivalry became a symbol of excellence, pushing each to greater heights, while uniting fans in admiration and awe, showing that true greatness thrives in both competition and respect. And across the courts, Serena Williams continued to inspire, with her grace, power, and resilience becoming not only one of the greatest athletes of all time, but also a symbol of empowerment for women everywhere, proving that no obstacle can limit greatness when heart and willpower align. And as we turn from sports to art, we cannot ignore the brilliance of filmmakers like Greta Gerwig and Jordan Peele, who are reshaping storytelling through perspective and purpose, showing that creativity can challenge norms and open minds. Their courage to create something new reflects the essence of artistry that has always driven the world of celebrities forward and across continents in Africa. Talents like Burna Boy, Wizkid, and Tems bring new rhythms and stories to the world stage, proving that music truly has no borders. Their global success not only celebrates their culture, but also connects hearts across nations through the universal language of sound. And in Europe, stars like Dua Lipa and Harry Styles continue to redefine pop culture, blending nostalgia and innovation into art that transcends time and generation. And as we return to America to revisit the cinematic world, we find stars like Zendaya, Florence Pugh, and Austin Butler, representing the next wave of talent defined not by fame alone, but by passion, humility, and creative depth. They carry the torch of artistry forward, reminding us that the soul of celebrity lies in the love of craft and connection with the audience. And through it all, we see that fame, though fleeting in its material, form endures through influence, kindness, and legacy, because the truest stars are those who give more than they take, who inspire more than they impress, and who shine not because of the spotlight, but because of the light within. And as we once again imagine Blake Lively's pink diamond engagement ring glowing softly against her hand, we realize that it is more than a symbol of love and beauty. It is a reflection of every story we have told, every dream that has come true, every artist who dared to believe in something greater than themselves. For within every sparkle, there lies the story of the human spirit, the endless pursuit of purpose, beauty, and connection that makes the world of celebrities not just entertaining, but profoundly inspiring, reminding us that behind every name, headline, and masterpiece, there is a person who once dreamed just like us, who worked, who stumbled, who rose, who loved, and who dared to shine. If you love motivational storytelling, celebrity journeys, and cinematic narratives that feel like a friend talking to your heart, this video is for you. Comment below your favorite celebrity story and tell us who inspires you most. Like, subscribe, and turn on notifications to never miss more inspiring documentaries.